to another episode of Outcasts to Icons. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. Now, before I get even into a question of the day, I just want to start this episode with a word of warning, and that is basically, I don't know if there are going to be any videos tomorrow, purely because I spent the last couple of days getting tests and stuff done again. I'm really still not very well. I thought we were sort of on the road, but like it's just not kind of going the way we were hoping. So at the moment, I'm still not exactly feeling great, and I really do need to try and just concentrate at the moment. We do seem to have figured out what's wrong with my eyes, and that is good, and that will probably get fixed over the course of the next week. But unfortunately, there are other problems still going on that we're hoping that we can try to sort out over the next week, but we're just not entirely sure at the moment. So hopefully I should be fine, but I might have to take another little break again, because at the moment it's just incredibly draining. I don't have a lot of energy, so just bear that in mind. If the videos were to stop, then that's why. But I promise, I pride myself on consistency, as you know, and I really hate to do it because I love to be as consistent as physically possible. It's just been so difficult over the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks, just with being ill all the time. It's horrible, as I'm sure some of you will know. It can be really draining on you, and I just need to concentrate on getting better again, frankly. So, but besides from that, I'm actually recording this on the day of the episode going out as well. That's how far behind I've had to get, just because of... yeah. So, yeah, question of the day. This question was, who is the best regen you've ever had in the FM15 YouTube save? Now, obviously, I want you guys to tell me your best regens from this year's FM. And if you've got any screenshots, then feel free to dump them in the comments. They will get flagged initially as spam, but I'll just approve them all. So don't worry about that, because I'm sure other people will like to see that sort of stuff, and I certainly will. For me... oh, it's got to be Big Norm. Norman Millington. Like, when we picked him up from West Brom on Pompey, I just thought, right, he's going to be a solid player for us, might turn into something decent in the future, and he turned into the king. He turned into just emperor. I couldn't believe how good a player he turned into. I think he got 40-something goals in that Premier League season for Portsmouth, where, he was fantastic for us, and I think he scored in the Champions League final too. He was a brilliant, brilliant player. Hence why we used him as, of course, the manager for this save. Now, in our last episode, we beat Sampdoria by 3-2. And also, guys, if you do have any ideas for a question of the day, please do drop it in the comments with the hashtag QOTD. So, yeah, we beat Sampdoria 3-2, and I thought we were incredibly lucky to get that win. In fact, I think we were unlucky not to lose, but the win could be so important for us this year. And as you can see, we've had some interesting results this month as well. We started off at home against Real Sociedad. Now, we're really up there in the league. The way things are going, we're right in there. And Luis's goal gave us a slender win over Sociedad, which I feel we just about deserved, but not by much. Zimmerman did pick up a slight knock, and he's picked up a few injuries this month, but he's managed to play a few games. I don't think he's going to be fit for today, though, which was a little bit of a shame. But yes, we got the result, and our goal difference has been a problem, basically, this year. Like, we've lost games by large margins when we have lost, and when we've won, we've not really won by large margins. That's kind of been the problem. And as a result, we're right up there in the league still, but we just cannot seem to catch a break. The other teams are flying and scoring so many damn goals. Next up, we had Deportivo, and we were a little bit better in front of goal in this one, and another solid home win for this one. But we did actually go behind this time into Arkadujic Milic, who I believe is a very, very highly rated young player, unless there's another guy with Milic as his surname, but I'm pretty certain, or was it Milik? I don't know. Gave Deportivo the lead, and it was a poor start for us. It really, really was. But Luis, who's actually been pretty solid this month, is still being consistent as hell and getting, you know, a goal for us where he can, and he's definitely going to be on the top scoring list for this year as well, provided he can stay fit for the full season, basically. Other good news as well is the fact that Hero is back in training, and he might be able to feature in our next set of fixtures, potentially. Maybe a couple more games, yeah. But basically, we were better than Deportivo in this game. We really did deserve it. After the equaliser came, we felt a bit more confident. And then when Bartosz Pickle's own goal in the second half came, we got really quite confident. But unfortunately, Pablo Insua, torn hamstring. 2 to 3 months, and that is a lot. That's going to be putting him out to sort of February, March kind of time, and that is a massive shame. Thankfully, we've got a bit more support in the centre-back position, so it's not quite as bad as I would have thought, but still, he's an important player for us, which is a little disappointing. Then, they levelled. They levelled with 9 minutes to go, and I really was disappointed when Milic was able to go through and make it 2-2, and we couldn't afford another bad result. Thankfully, Fede Vico, with another free kick goal, gave us the win before Mate Vidra, who'd come off the bench, I think to replace Zimmerman, made it 4-2 and put the icing on the cake in what was a very, very deserved win in the end. But another solid win, another good performance in terms of goals scored. You know, we had the poor one against Real Madrid, we had the poor one against Atletico. Next up, though, we lost 4-0 against Athletic Bilbao, and this was just a clusterfuck of a performance. Just horrible performance. Andoni Baronetsia gave him the lead on the half-an-hour mark, and then Ike Peña added to it before half-time. A little bit annoying. And then in the second half, it just got worse for us as Ike Olaizola made it 3-0 before Pablo Jovias made it 4. And we were just... we were lambs to the slaughter in this game. They threatened this last year, but we actually got a decent... Well, no, I think we did it right there. I think we lost 3-2 against them last year. Poor times this one. It was coming, basically. We've had a few of these results, and it's a little bit worrying when you get that. Next up, though, is probably the most important game we've played all season, and that was this against Sampdoria away. Now, as you remember, we beat them 3-2, and I said if we could go to Italy and get a point, which I really didn't think we were going to be capable of, based on the fact that we got battered in the home game, and I figured away from home they're going to slaughter us. Problem is, they changed their tactic, and they went with this really strange system, and it meant that we were just able to sort of sit there and absorb it, and they were just shooting from range most of the time. Now, to be fair, they did score in the second minute through Gabriel Jesus, and I thought, oh god, because it had started, basically. It was a great long-range goal, I have to say, but for the rest of that, they were just sort of battering. But then, as they went for more goals, because remember, a 1-0 win wouldn't have been enough, I don't think. Oh, yes, it would. Yes, it would. A 1-0 win would have been enough for them to have a better head-to-head against us, I would have thought. But they kept pushing for a second goal, assuming to make things, I don't know. But yeah, we managed to catch them on the break, and Alpha Freitas Reyes, with 6 minutes to go, slid in and made it 1-1 here, and that is a massive win. Not massive win, massive point, because it means that we've got a better head-to-head against them, and we're 4 points clear of them now, meaning that we can afford a little bit of a... Well, we're not afford a little bit of a slip-up, but it means that if we can... You know, we're going to lose to Arsenal today, probably, unfortunately, but if we can beat Apoel, we should, provided that they don't smash Arsenal, we should be able to get through to the next round of the Champions League, and that is surprising, I must say. I'm not expected that. But that 1-1 draw was probably even more of a surprise than this one, although I must say we did play a lot better. Next up, though, probably one of my favourite away wins that we've had, and we've not won away for a little while. Solid as hell. This was just great stuff from us. Really, really was. Once we got going, Luis, and lots of goal scorers too, which was always nice. Luis, with 25 minutes, made it 1-0, and I think he's up to 10 league goals already this year, which is fairly solid. Nothing compared to Alberto, but he's getting there. Then Alfredo Galuccio, of all people, up from a corner, and it's 2-0 on 31 minutes. And Celta, bear in mind, are having a really solid season. We're 6th coming into this match, but I think that that was a little bit of a false position based on what they're actually like, it would seem. Then we won a penalty, a little bit dodgy. I didn't think it was a penalty, but Zimmerman dispatched it anyway. And then, on the stroke of half-time, Freitas Reyes made it 4-0, and in the second half, we could just chill. Had to take... Well, we took Diego off, but I wasn't really that bothered about it. I was quite happy to just let things go, because we were... Look at, there's so many 9s in this team. It was fantastic. Loads of players got 9 ratings, and I just wanted to leave and see what happened, basically. Then we won a penalty, which definitely was a penalty, and Zimmerman dispatched that as well. He's got himself some serious penalty chops. My God. Next up, we had Malaga in the league as well. A home match, which I expected us to win, and we did. Probably could have won it by more, if I'm honest. Took us until... Well, the first half stoppage time, in fact, to win a penalty. Annoyingly, because Zimmerman had to go off and he's now going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, I feel like had he been on the pitch, we'd have scored that penalty because he'd have been taking it instead of Diagne. But Diagne missed it. Great save from Suarez, but just poor stuff. Into the second half though, and John Pasquale, you know, me from 5 years ago, or not 5 years ago, what am I talking about? Me from like 7-8 years ago, managed to give us the lead finally on 48 minutes, and then Luis doing his sort of token gesture, and he was man of the match actually, because I believe he set up John Pasquale's goal just by playing it around the corner, making it 2-0. Juanmi got one back for Malaga with 3 minutes left, but it wasn't enough, and that means that coming into this match, amazingly, looking at all that green, we are still 3rd in the league and 2 points off the top. It's so tight up there still. Valencia are currently winning the league and doing a bloody good job of it too. They actually beat Real Madrid quite comfortably, I think. The issue for us has been mainly our goals conceded. But when you actually look at it, we've conceded the same number as Real Madrid, but we've not scored anywhere near as many, and we need to score more goals. Last season we were on it. This year we've been a little bit off the pace for that, so we are definitely going to need to pick up the pace for that a little bit. Luis has already got 10 league goals though in 14 appearances. Fantastic stuff. There's no sort of obvious straggler this year. Ibar are struggling, but not quite to the same extent that Recreativo were. Are they going to be... Where are they? Oh, there they are, mid-table. Okay, so fair enough. They're doing okay. So that's that, basically. As you can see, Alberto's sort of chilled off a little bit. He's still got more than a goal a game, though, so he's hardly chilled off that much. Looking at the player stats, Federico is still the best creative player in the division, but look at that. 3 different players from Atletico are right up there, which is insane. So let's take a quick gander at the squad while we're here. Top goal scorer, of course, is Luis, with 14 goals in 20 matches. That is about as good as I could expect from him. I expect he'll probably get us another 30, not another 30, but, you know, another 30-goal haul this year, too, which is a very, you know, very, very decent amount. Zimmerman as well with 6. Pretty damn pleased with that, too. We've got a few players that are unfit fit and rested. We're struggling a little bit at the moment. Freitas Reyes, though, with 9 assists as well, which is great. Federico with 8. As for man of the match, Federico's dominating that one. Average rating again, Federico, but lots of players above 7, which is always nice. Aerial challenges is Galluccio with 66. Key passes, of course, is Federico. Key tackles is once again Galluccio, but Johnny's not far behind. Interceptions is Galluccio again, and of course, value is Luis. So, let's get into this today. It's against Arsenal. It is away from home. I really don't know what's going to happen here. Other than I expect we're going to lose, but unfortunately I didn't want to do the other Sampdoria game just because it would have been only like 3 matches in between, and frankly with the way I'm feeling I probably should have, but I didn't feel like shortchanging you on an episode, so we may well lose here, but the main thing is if we can just not lose by too much. Oh my god, I don't know if any of you guys just saw what I just saw, but you're going to see it in a minute, because that is mental. Let's just make sure this is okay here. Freitas Reyes is looking knackered, as is Juaro. Do we really want to bring Juaro back in? Oh Christ, Diego's injured as well, isn't he? Oh my god, we are really struggling for players at the moment. Look at this. Is no. Castillo? Oh dearie me. No. We might not have much of a choice in this matter here. I think we may actually have to start with Juaro and Freitas Reyes, despite their poor fitness levels at the moment, because we've got so many injuries to keep. Look at that. Honsak, Vicuña, Zimmerman, Insua. Oh my life. And Diego's not fit either. Okay, this could go badly wrong for us. I'm just hoping that we just sort of, because of our low tempo, we might just be able to get through this game without too many injuries. Right, now, those of you who didn't see what I just saw, you're about to see what I just saw, and believe me, I'm shocked. I want to check something out here, because this is mental. If this would ever actually load, since it seems to have got into one of these loops. Do you ever get this sometimes, where it just processes for ages? Right, here we go. Make sure we're all good on here. We should be. Yep, don't see why I wouldn't be. I don't know why I always check that now. I only should really be checking that after pre-seasons, but don't know who that is, so yep, we'll go with that. Right, yeah, Abubakar and Lionel Messi is up top for Arsenal there. Pretty certain he wasn't in the team when we played them last time. How old is Lionel Messi now exactly? He is 38 years old. 38-year-old Lionel Messi, playing for Arsenal. He's on £245,000 a week. How much did Arsenal buy him for? Oh, that's the wrong button. What the hell? There we go. 2.3 million he moved to them for. Wow. He's been pretty solid for them, in fact. Decent results. Christ on a bike. I just didn't expect to see Messi at Arsenal, particularly as I don't think he was on the team the last time they played. Luka Jovic, of course, in there as well. No wonder he's dropped. Okay, so we're going to have to contend with Messi. It should be a piece of piss, really. He's 38. Provided he doesn't run over our feet with his wheelchair, we should be fine. Let's see. Right. Okay. Good stuff. And we should be good. Right. Ah, damn. Damn. This is going to be tough. If we can get anywhere near them in today's game, and, to be fair, the 2-1 result against them back at home was massively flattering on us, and hopefully we can... Oh, don't get sent off in the first minute, Thomas. It's the last thing we need. They're playing an incredibly narrow system as well. They're actually playing a kind of variation... Well, it looks a lot like the... Oh, it looks an awful lot like the obelisk. Oh, Oxlade-Chamberlain is surely going to score here. Abubakar, and that's a goal. And Arsenal lead after 10 minutes. And I guess we shouldn't really be that surprised. What we've got to be concentrating on is that top right corner to see the Sampdoria game against Apoel, because they are away from home. And if Apoel fancy something a little bit cheeky, then... In fact, hang on, wait a minute. They are winning. They're clearly winning, because they've got 3 points on the board. I'll tell you what, if Apoel beat Sampdoria, that pretty much puts us through. Because all we'd have to do then is beat Apoel at home and hope that Sampdoria can't win, I think maybe even away at Arsenal. So we could be very close to being through if things go to plan for us in this game. Because I seriously think we should be able to smash Apoel at home. Or even, I don't really care if we do smash them or not. As long as we beat them, that's all that matters. I sense we could be on the end of a drubbing here, though. That's poor from us. And Abubakar, what a finish that is. He's offside, though. Thank God for that. Unfortunately, with games against Arsenal like this, we have to expect this kind of thing. And I do apologise. We're just not at that kind of level of strength yet. Arsenal are a proper, decent outfit in this version of my saves. Oh, dear. Well, I don't know really what we're going to be trying to do with Granada at the moment, because it is going to be a really tough one with the whole financial situation that we're getting, and I really think we might actually struggle this season to get into the Champions League because of the extra... Valencia are having a much better year this year, and I just wonder if we've got the strength, and that's so poor from Luis, to actually get into the top 3 again. I just don't know if we're going to have that in our locker this time round, and I do worry about that. We're going to have to try and... Maybe we should concentrate on the Copa del Rey and actually try and win a trophy, because that might boost our... reputation more than, for example, getting into the Champions League, because it seems to do nothing for us. Like, we're still at oh, what a header that is from Mira. Yeah, we're still at 71%, and we have been since we got promoted with Hertha Berlin. So it seems that the reputation doesn't seem to count like good league finishes. Oh, there we go. That's the one thing I was fearing. Oh god. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to try and win something. Maybe a cup competition with Granada. That's still gonna be tough in this league, but you never know. I guess that's the only way we can really go about it. We're still only 1-0 down against Arsenal, which yet again is very surprising. Hey, if we carry on like this, let's just stick with it. We're on counter. Oh wow, they've gone 3 up top now. Jesus, that is a hell of a strike. Abubakar and Messi up there. I don't know who Ferner is. He might be a regen, but Jesus Christ. Arsenal, you can see why they've won the Champions League in this save at some point. Pasquale, look how he won the ball there, if I'm honest. But hey, we'll take it. I might even try and push forward a little bit later on if we're still only 1 goal down. You know, it might be worth having a little crack for this last sort of 20 minutes, because we're losing already. We may as well. I'd rather lose 2-0 than, you know, not risk going for that one. And it looks like Sampdoria are still losing. Abubakar, here we go. Galluccio to Pascal. Have we got one chance in us tonight? Probably not. Pascal is going to lose the ball here, isn't he? Yep. And now oh my god, the horsemen of the apocalypse are coming through here. And look at that. I wish I had a player that had that level of composure. There we go, their kit's back in the game. Someone told me that the reason their kit didn't appear was because it's their 3rd kit. I don't understand why that would affect it appearing in the game. I have their 3rd kit as part of my kit pack. So, Fernier. Oh, it's a great finish from him, though. Wow. I'd also like to apologise for not getting back to comments the last few days, guys. As I've said, I've been at the hospital and the doctors and the opticians, and it's just not been good times. And Amrani... Oh, well, it looks like we're only going to lose 2-0 here, and it does also look as if Sampdoria have amazingly managed to screw it up. I'm not going to say anything here, because as much as I agree, I know that they'll just react badly. What happened in the other game? And now it appears to have frozen again, lads. Here we go. Right, so they won 1-0. That's amazing. So we're basically through, provided we can beat or even get a draw against the Cypriots. And, wow, I'm surprised, really. I really am surprised. It means that we actually didn't even need to win, get that draw in Sampdoria, because I think we'd have got through. Wow, good stuff. So we're, yeah, it looks like we're heading through, and we're going to be playing Champions League knockout football after Christmas. Now, obviously, we'll be 2nd seed, so we're probably going to get a crazy tough group. Not group, you know what I mean. A crazy tough team to play against. Let's just see who's already won their group. So Arsenal have already won theirs. Hoffenheim not quite won it, but you'd feel that they probably will go on to. Man City, of course, already have. Very, very tight in the other group. Could still be Porto, Atletico, or Dnipro. Man United have already won theirs. Panathinaikos or Lyon for the other one. Panathinaikos would be an interesting one to play. Napoli or Juve or Norwich. Norwich is one I'm very interested in the sense that, you know, I'm looking at places we could potentially move to if we were to make one more move in this save, and it would have to be somewhere like Norwich or Sampdoria or somewhere like that. Norwich would be a great one because they are clearly in a lot of money because they're in the Premier League, but they're also clearly in a great position. And if we could take over, say their manager gets poached, I would apply for the job. I really would, because I would love to see if we could get that sort of job. But yeah, okay, it's England, but still, I would feel that that's a perfect chance for us to sneak into one of those jobs, basically. So, in the next episode, let's see what we've got left. So we've obviously got ourselves a testimonial game to play in as well. Since the last Champions League game is pretty much just, yeah, dead. Well, not dead wood, but it's, you know, it's going to be pretty boring. We may as well do the Barcelona game. I don't know quite exactly the episode is going to be. I wouldn't expect it to be tomorrow, and I really do apologise for that. But I just, you know, as I've said before, you have to put your health first. I just said forced. That was very German of me. Right, so, if you guys like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video, and if you've liked it even more than that, please do subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox, hopefully most of the time, every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for bearing with me. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.